The Senate passed the 2021 budget totaling 13.5 trillion naira at a special plenary on Monday, December 21st. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, trading activities on the Nigerian stock market finished on a positive note last week as the Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 7.46% to close the week at 36,804.75 and 19.24 trillion naira respectively. This is the highest weekly gain recorded in 5 weeks. A total turnover of 1.89 billion shares worth 17.65 billion naira in 20,660 deals were traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange. At number 9, Australia cancelled an order for 51 million doses of a COVID-19 vaccine developed by CSL Limited and the University of Queensland after trials ran into difficulties and those that were taking it were reportedly testing positive for HIV afterwards. The government said it is replacing most of the CSL doses with more purchases of other planned vaccines. Australia has ordered an extra 20 million shots being developed by the University of Oxford and AstraZeneca plc and 11 million more Novavax doses. CSL said a small component of the vaccine comes from the human immunodeficiency virus or HIV, and while that posed no risk of infection, some trial participants had false positive tests for HIV. At number 8, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday ordered the Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu and the Nigeria Police Force to release a Facebook user identified as Mbarak Bala, who was arrested in Kaduna on February 28, 2020 for alleged blasphemous posts against Islam. Delivering judgment in the fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by Bala, Justice Iyaneko declared that his arrest and detention by the IGP and the NPF in an unknown detention center since February 28, 2020, because he expressed his opinion about religion on Facebook, constitutes an infraction of the applicant's right to personal liberty, fair hearing, freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and freedom of movement. At number 7, the Speaker of the Niger State House of Assembly, Bawa Wuse, and the clerk, Mohammed Kagara, have gone into isolation after testing positive for COVID-19. The State Commissioner of Information and Strategy, Mohammed Idris, confirmed the development to newsmen on Sunday in Minna. It was gathered that 2 weeks ago, the member representing Gurara, Binta Maman, tested positive for coronavirus, which made the entire legislators and staff of the Assembly to undergo testing. At number 6, hundreds of Lagos residents who went to the office of the National Identity Management Commission on Monday had their hopes of registering for the national identity number shattered as the commission shut its doors against people in the early hours of the day. Newsmen who visited the NIMC office at Ikeja saw many people lamenting how the commission lacked good management and wasted their time. This is coming after the Nigerian government had announced last week that subscribers to all networks in the country are mandated to provide their national identification numbers, else they will be blocked from using their SIM cards. The NIMC office, which opened officially at 8 a.m., had numerous people waiting at the gate as early as 5 a.m. to be registered. The enrollment process was, however, stopped until further notice, even before 3 p.m. At number 5, the Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, has urged the hashtag Bring Back Our Boys campaigners of the abducted students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, to refund monies collected for the movement since the boys have been released. Shehu said it was shameful that merchants of fortune profiteered from the abduction of the boys. At number 4, the Senate has passed the sum of 453.2 billion naira as the budget of the Niger Delta Development Commission for the 2020 fiscal year. This followed the presentation of the report of the Senate Committee on Niger Delta Affairs by the Vice Chairman of the committee, Senator Amos Bulus, at plenary on Monday. The committee in its recommendation noted that the revenue profile of the NDDC for 2020 comprised of revenue brought forward of 12 billion naira, federal government contribution of 63.5 billion naira, oil companies' contributions of, and the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Limited and others in the sum of 317.4 billion naira, ecological fund of 60 billion naira and other internally realized income of 200 million naira. The committee further noted that the 2020 budget of the NDDC would elapse on March 31, 2021. At number 3, a federal high court sitting in Lagos on Monday discharged Abdullahi Babalola, the son-in-law to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, of a 2-count charge of laundering over $140,000. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke dismissed the charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the ground of wrong venue. The judge held that the charge against the defendant ought not to have been filed in Lagos when the alleged offense was said to have been committed in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Atiku's son-in-law was arraigned in 2018 and then rearraigned on October 8, 2019. He was accused by the EFCC of giving former President Olusegun Obasanjo $140,000 on the instruction of Abubakar, who was vying for the office of president in 2019. He pleaded not guilty on each occasion. At number 2, about 38 criminals reportedly escaped from police custody in Enugu on Monday. The inmates were said to be remanded in the custody of the State Police Command for various offences. The police told news sources on Monday that the inmates escaped from the police cells at the State Criminal Investigation Department inside the State Police Headquarters on Sunday night. The inmates were remanded by magistrate courts at the police cells during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, and they were kept in the police custody because of the congestion of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Enugu State. Finally, at number 1, the Senate passed the 2021 budget totaling 13.5 trillion naira at a special plenary on Monday, December 21st. The harmonized fiscal document is predicated on oil benchmark of $40 per barrel, 3.324 trillion naira for debt servicing, 4.1 trillion naira for capital expenditure, 5.6 trillion naira for recurrent, and 496 billion naira for statutory transfer. The budget was increased by 505 billion naira from 13.08 trillion naira to 13.5 trillion naira. President Muhammadu Buhari had presented the budget of 13.082 trillion naira to the National Assembly on October 8th. The passage of the budget followed the adoption of a report by the House Committee on Appropriation led by its chairman Aliyu Batara at the Committee of Supply. The House adjourned its plenary session to January 26, 2021. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.